Folks, we live in a time where even the most unlikely person can become somewhat of a politician. If you're popular, you can run for office and win. Look at what's happening right now in Georgia with Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker can't complete a sentence, but somehow people like him more than Warnock.
See, that is a person wielding that weapon. You know, Cain killed Abel. And that's the problem that we have. And I said, what we need to do is look into how we can stop those things. You know, he talked about doing a disinformation. What about getting a department that can look at young men that's looking at women, that's looking at just social media? What about doing that, looking into things like that, and we can stop that way? But yet they want to just continue to talk about taking away your constitutional rights. And I think there's more things we need to look into. This has been happening for years, and the way we stop it, by putting money into the mental health field, by putting money into other departments rather than departments that want to take away your rights.
I saw a video of Senator Warnock being asked a question about reparations, and he threw out more word salad than Amy Klobuchar and Kamala Harris combined.
It seems that we're always dealing with the symptoms of the problems instead of the bigger issues. And it seems that's one of the issues that could kind of fix all the issues is talking about reparations. And we don't talk about reparations enough in this country. And the last that I checked, the House had gotten the HB 40 past committee. And as far as I can tell, that's where it stopped. And I know you're in the Senate, so I'm not sure what you can do about that. But I did just wonder what you could do to further that cause in America right now.
So there is a bill to study the issue of reparations. Here's what I'm for: equity and opportunity. And I wake up every day fighting for that. And I do it in such a way that I think benefits all of us. But when you look at the issue of healthcare, for example, if we can get Medicaid expanded, it would help all of us if we could get Medicaid expanded, if we could get a fix. But it would have a disproportionate impact on communities of color because the disparities are so great. When we invest in jobs, when we invest in infrastructure, when we invest in a whole range of these things, when we deal with the expanded child tax credit, which helps 97% of families with children. But when you look at the racial wealth gap, it will be a great help to communities of color and other marginalized people.
I know it may be hard for you to keep track of this, but Raphael Warnock, Senator Warnock, was actually asked a question about Black Americans. Yeah, that's who he was asked a question about. I know it's crazy, right? Because his response had nothing to do with, it had to do with, all Americans. They used the coveted people of color thing. People of color are going to benefit from this. So Raphael Warnock is a horrible representative for Georgia, especially when you consider that Georgia is 35% Black. We got Black Americans at the bottom of the economic ladder in Georgia, and we got Raphael Warnock, a senator who can't be explained or can't explain why he doesn't support a form of reparations for a distinct group that has been damaged. If you're going to vote for someone, why vote for Raphael Warnock if Raphael Warnock's not going to get done what you want to get done and can't even be bothered to answer a question directly when you pose it to him? Can you imagine what would happen to Raphael Warnock if a group of Asian Americans asked him about the Asian community? He started talking about Italians or the Polish or the Greeks. Their checkbooks will close up so fast, they would have sprained wrist. But only Black people get treated this way. You understand what I'm saying? So, if people are thinking about voting for Herschel Walker or not voting at all, how could you blame them? How could you blame them? I know I'm not going to blame them anymore. If they don't want to vote for somebody like Raphael Warnock, why should they? And don't give me the whole, oh, he speaks so well shit. Yeah, I saw a video, Rachel Maddow was praising Raphael Warnock on his speaking ability. He's one of the best orators in the Senate.
Senator Raphael Warnock of the great state of Georgia is one of the best orators the United States Senate has seen in a very, very long time. Watch him on this today. Watch.
Democrats have tried again and again to engage our Republican friends in a discussion on this issue, one that lies at the foundation of our democracy, and time again, because of a lack of good faith engagement, the rules of the Senate have prevented us from moving that conversation forward. We could not imagine. We could not imagine.
We could not imagine. We could not imagine Raphael Warnock speaking boldly about a black issue without biting his tongue. We could not imagine. We could not imagine Raphael Warnock saying it loud and saying it with his chest about black people in the state of Georgia. That's what we could not imagine. If what he's talking about doesn't match up to what he's going to do, and if what he's trying to do or what he's projecting to do does not benefit the voters, us black folks, they voted for him because without black voters, he wouldn't be in office. What good does it matter how well he speaks? And if Herschel Walker is going to do something, which I'm not saying he is, does it matter if he can't speak? If the choice is between a Democrat that ain't going to do shit for you and a Republican that ain't going to do shit for you, what difference does it make? What difference does it make?
And I wake up every day fighting for that. And I do it in such a way that I think benefits all of us.
And that's supposed to be the guy in a state that's 35% black? You can't say black with your chest in a 30% black state? Jesus Christ. And people gave Bernie shit. This guy is black. And Bernie's from Vermont. So anyway, Herschel Walker may defeat Warnock. And you ain't gonna help the people. What difference does it make? I mean, I'm just saying, if you're gonna call if it don't matter who we call, nobody shows up, what difference does it make what number you dial? I'm just saying. All right, back to my point. I understand the frustration, I do. But folks, I'm trying to wrap my head around this shit here.
My father taught me how to handle my first gun. I taught my son Oliver how to do the same. I've been shooting and hunting my whole life. So when people say I won't support guns, they're dead wrong. Boom! Other conservatives know that I'm strong on the Second Amendment. Ted Nugent, Rick Perry, President Trump. But our Second Amendment is not just about hunting. It's about our constitutional right to protect ourselves from intruders or an overly intrusive government. So as your next U.S. Senator, I will fight for our constitutional rights.
I mean, just the fact that we got people out here who believe in Dr. Oz. I mean, I don't want to contradict my opening when I say things are as bad as they've always been. But Jesus Christ. Dr. Oz? And what does he mean? We got to have guns to protect ourselves from an overreaching government. What do you plan to do, Oz? With your Falcon Crest rifle. What do you plan to do? You ain't look like you haven't missed a meal in the last 30 years, motherfucker. What are you planning to do? I dare you to walk down, I would say Harlem. I dare you to walk down Staten Island, motherfucker, without your bodyguards. I'd like to see you go to an ATM in, I would say Southeast DC, but it's so gentrified, in Capitol Heights, Maryland at 2 a.m. in the morning without your crew with you. These guys with their, we're going to protect ourselves from the government. You can't protect yourself from a fucking virus on your computer. These guys are horrific, man. They're full of shit. But the worst part about it is there are people that buy it. And listen to a guy like Dr. Oz who shows nothing at all. I mean, absolute zero zilch. No demonstration of anything whatsoever as far as leadership, as far as actually know what the fuck he's talking about. And they somehow, some way want to put their belief in him. But similar to Donald Trump's election, that shocked a lot of the liberals, that made some independent media cry. Fucking melt down is more like it, Johnson. We talking scanners, faces melting like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Ah! Similar to Donald Trump, Johnson, the point is that people are so frustrated. They're just rolling the dice on something new, and I get it, Johnson. But between Herschel Walker, Dr. Oz, if this is how far you go for something new, maybe my mama was right. These are the last days! I'm just saying, Johnson, this shit's crazy. I mean, come on, man. You gotta admit, Dr. Oz is not somebody that you would trust with your damn future. This guy was just prescribing diet pills and other methods of cleaning one's bowels that didn't work effectively. And now he's running for fucking office, Congress, and people might elect him because he just won his primary. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. I know you didn't ask me. Something's wrong with us, Johnson. Something's wrong. Man, we got a case of the America. We got a case of the America is what we got, Johnson. We got a case of the United States. We got a case of the United Corporations of America. We have been so used and abused and led astray and bamboozled and fooled and lied to and tricked, deceived. People are dying from illnesses that they caught from their own country, in their own countries, drinking their own fucking water, or eating their own food, to the point they don't know what to think, what to believe. And then we blame them for believing conspiracy theories. Here goes a conspiracy theory. America doesn't give a fuck.
Like my coffee black, wife too. Don't turn this into no controversy. It's my boo. I can make $250,000 off a haiku, and I can make another quarter off it ×2. If it's money on the table, I'll be on it like Bobby or Epic. You peep the aesthetic, it's hard to forget it. I hear you talking, but you're hardly right. I'm the voice of your prototype. Summertime and then why?